In this episode, we question what all of the eco actually means. I'm Ninja ONC, and this is Series with Theories.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find.
What's up, ninjas? I'm bringing you a new theory about Jak and Daxter today. To my knowledge, no one else has thought of this theory, and I am, at least to my knowledge, the first person to put anything online about it. All thoughts were my own, but if I say anything that is similar to other sources or theories online, I'm sorry, this is unintentional. Just tell me in the comment below and I'll make sure to credit you in the description. So, this theory is about light eco, and more specifically, how there may be more types of eco than we find out about. So that's basically the premise of my theory, and now I'll get into the details. So, light eco is symbolic of white light, which is all colours of light in the spectrum. We often call these colours the colours of the rainbow, because that's why you see the different colours of the rainbow with the light spectrum. They are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. But if eco splits into all of these colours, because white eco or light eco should be all those colours, why do we only see red, yellow, green and blue eco in the games? The answer is simple. Maybe not all of the eco is actually found in the game. In the Precursor Legacy, this first game in this series, the small amount of light eco we come into contact with at the end of the game allows Jak to shoot a beam of light, yet when the Precursors, the beings who created all eco in the known universe, give Jak light power, it is so much more powerful with different uses. I believe this is because the Precursor Legacy light eco is not pure, as it lacks the orange, indigo and violet. After all, there is a clear visual difference. This can be backed up by the fact that the Precursors themselves say that they are giving Jak the gift of pure light, not just light. Some of you may say that orange would be covered by red or yellow, and that violet is red or blue, and maybe that indigo is just blue eco. While I accept the latter point, because indigo and blue are very much the same, just different shades of blue, if the same logic is applied to orange and purple, as in they are covered under the primary colours that make them, then why do we have green, which is also a secondary colour? Surely that would come under blue or yellow eco, as it is the third secondary colour. Therefore, eco should exist in those two additional colours, orange and purple, and that was what was preventing the light eco in the first game from becoming pure. So if we have two more eco types, we must have two more eco powers, but what would they be? The method I used to decide this made the most sense to me, and well, it's my theory, so I'm going to do it how I want. Firstly, it is a long shot, but I thought that the secondary colour ecos could be a combination of the correct primary ones, so green would be blue and yellow. I think this could be true because, as you may know, blue eco allows Jak to move faster, and yellow allows him to shoot, while green heals him. Now I know what you're thinking, how is that a combination of blue and yellow? Well, healing could be seen as Jak's cells healing extremely quickly, as though they're affected by blue eco. And when we see Jak heal the plants by transferring green eco from him, which is sort of what yellow eco allows him to do, as when he shoots yellow eco, he's just transferring the eco he's channeling out of his body into something else, and allowing other life forms to heal quicker, like he can when he does with the green eco in the Precursor Basin. So following that theory, what would orange and purple do? Let's start with orange. That somehow has to be a combination of red and yellow eco. How can we combine additional strength and shooting to make a new power? Well, to work this out, I decided to first find a character that seemed to take inspiration from both colours, as the sages are mainly the colour of their respective eco. The best example I could find, didn't really do much looking, but I found a decent example, was Claw, the lurker boss from the Precursor Legacy. As you can see, the right shoulder of his precursor armour has yellow circles on it, which could be a small window into the armour showing yellow eco, allowing Claw to transfer fire into boulders he throws and shoot rocks. Also, he's covered in red pipes and tubes, which could contain red eco because they could be clear or red to show they contain red eco, multiplying Claw's strength and allowing him to throw huge boulders across massive distances. Also, his precursor armour is made mostly of orange, although this is common with most, if not all, precursor technology. So now we know that Claw can use both ecos, or at least precursor technology probably can. What abilities does he have that neither eco can give on its own? So as you can see in the image, Claw can make giant boulders levitate or fly above him, which could mean that orange eco is the eco of flight or levitation. This would explain the light power of flight. I believe this to be a combination of the two eco types, because if you shoot something hard enough, you can propel both yourself and it a considerable amount. This is how jet engines work after all, as they essentially throw fire down hard enough to propel itself up. This can also be backed up because the glowing aura around the boulder he levitates is actually orange, so it could be orange eco. Now we can look into purple eco, a combination of blue and red eco. This last power must somehow be a combination of super speed and super strength, as those are the powers granted by blue and red eco respectively. Now, I don't know if any of you noticed, but flight and healing, the orange and green eco powers, are two of the 4 light powers, the other being time stop and light shield. I believe that purple eco should grant at least one of those two. As I did with orange eco, I looked for someone related to eco who has purple in their design. The character I came across was Kira Haggai, the daughter of Samos the Green Sage. As we find out at the end of Precursor Legacy, she can channel eco, but maybe assigning her to Dark Eco was the wrong choice. As you can see, her design is noticeably purple, especially in the Lost Frontier. So following the design logic of the other 4 sages we meet, 5 if you count Garlacheron, it would make sense for purple eco to be Kira's specialty. So now we have to decide if shields or time manipulation is more appropriate to her. I had a hard time deciding between the two, but then I realised maybe both apply. If we are correct and Kira is the purple sage, without knowing, that is what I was suggesting by the way, then it would explain some of her inventions. To start with, if purple eco can produce a shield, then it would explain the heat shield on the A-Grav Zoomer. Since the shield slowly depletes through use, just like the light shield does, then the balloons you crash into to replenish the shield may actually contain purple eco. Next, with regards to time manipulation, Kira's most advanced invention is arguably the craft she uses to travel through the warp gate, as it has the ability to create rifts in time and time travel. Since Kira seems to be the only person in the games capable of such inventions, as she is the only person who can build it in the second game, Jack 2, and happens to be the only probably purple sage we meet, it would make sense for those 2 feats to be due down to her purple eco channeling ability. But how can time and shields be affected using speed and strength? Firstly, let's tackle time travel. For this theory, I looked at tachyons, particles that may exist that travel faster than light, meaning that they essentially time travel. Now, while science may beg to differ, if you could use blue eco to increase your speed, and then use red eco, which basically increases the power of everything Jack does, you could further increase your speed, potentially fast enough to time travel. Now, I'm not saying that Kira built the Riftgate craft out of tachyons, but I am suggesting that she can somehow control similar things. After all, the rift was opened using a precursor artifact, and we already established that precursors could use all eco, including purple. But what about an energy shield? It turns out that something similar to a force field is already theoretically possible by using a very high frequency magnetic field to equalise the objects so no force is applied when they collide. So high frequency means that it's fast, as though it's affected by blue eco, and it is force. Red eco seems to increase the forces behind Jack's attacks, showing that it's capable of producing additional force. This means that the combination of the two could produce appropriate conditions for the force field. So I reckon Purple Eco can actually do both of those, create shields and allow you to travel through time. I'm not really sure what that would cause the eco to be. For example, blue is the eco of movement. If you have any ideas for what purple should be, leave a comment down below. But that would also cover all four of the light powers and explain how Jack can use all of those. So there we have it. If orange and purple eco do exist, then it will show how Claw can make boulders levitate with an orange glow, and how Kira made some of the inventions that she did, as well as producing all of the light powers that seemed to, beforehand, come from nowhere. So that concludes my theory. What do you think? Am I onto something, or am I just being stupid? Tell me below in the comments. If you have a theory of your own, message me and we may be able to do a video together. Make sure you like, share, favourite this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos. Don't worry, the button doesn't have a purple eco shield. You will be able to hit it. Thanks for watching.